You know that feeling when they used to text you every night, and now it's just silence? Like full ghost. No fight, no warning, just nothing. If you've ever sat there, staring at your phone, wondering if they even remember your name, this is for you only. Being forgotten feels worse than being rejected because rejection gives you a clear answer. Being forgotten makes you question your worth. One day they're sending heart emojis, telling you they miss your voice, making you feel like you matter. And then they just stop. Not because they hate you, but because they just moved on like you never existed. And that messes with your mind in a different way. You start thinking, was I even real to them? Did I matter at all? You check their stories, hoping for a sign, even a pity like. But they're living their life, laughing, smiling, not even blinking at your absence. To once kept a note from a girl who used to write, I love you on his snap every day. After the breakup, she posted her new boyfriend 48 hours later. Didn't even block him. Just acted like he was invisible. He told me it would have hurt less if she told me I was trash. At least then I'd know I meant something. That's the thing, being forgotten erases your story. Being rejected at least says, you were here. If you're going through that silence right now, don't beg to be remembered. The people worth keeping will never need reminding. And you don't need to shrink just to stay in someone's memory. If you have a heart that remembers small things, like their laugh, the time they cried, or the way they texted good morning, this is for you. You're the kind of person who feels deeply, and that's exactly why being forgotten hits so hard. You weren't just in a relationship, you were present. You paid attention, and now you're watching someone forget all the versions of you they once said they loved. You sit with that silence and convince yourself you did something wrong. But here's the plot twist. It's not about being unworthy, it's about them being unavailable. Some people chase moments, not connections, and when the moment fades, they disappear with it. That doesn't mean you failed. That means they never stayed long enough to see your full story. Ta once planned a surprise birthday FaceTime for someone he was talking to long distance. She said it was the sweetest thing anyone's done for her. Then she ghosted him 3 days later. No goodbye, just gone. She told her friends he was too nice. That kind of pain lingers, not because she left, but because she never acknowledged the goodbye. Here's what helps. Don't chase closure from someone who never gave you clarity. Write the goodbye they never gave you. Speak it out loud. Send it to the Notes app if you have to. Let yourself be the one who remembers and moves forward instead of waiting to be remembered by someone who's already rewriting their life without you. If you find yourself checking old texts just to feel close to them again, this is for you. You're not just missing them. You're missing who you were when they cared, that version of you who smiled without doubting it, who got excited to open your phone. Being forgotten messes with your identity because it makes you feel replaceable. And you're not. Let me tell you something raw. You think you miss them, but you actually miss how you felt around them. The safety, the attention, the idea that someone finally saw you. But if they saw you and still let you go without a word, did they really see you? Or just what they needed at the time? Ta had a playlist he made with his ex. Every song was theirs. After she disappeared, he couldn't listen to it without crying. So he made a new one. Called it Proof I Survived. And every time he added a song, it was like adding a piece of himself back. That's how you win after being forgotten. You build new versions of yourself with the same heart they couldn't handle. Stop looking for signs in people who stopped sending them. Start leaving signs for your future self that you never stop showing up. You are not invisible. They just weren't looking in the right direction. And now it's your turn to see yourself again. She didn't block him. She didn't explain. She just erased him from her story without deleting the proof. And that's what destroyed him. The fact that she could still see his name, still scroll past his messages, and just not feel anything. If you're going through that, here's something no one tells you. Their silence doesn't mean you weren't important. Some people don't know how to end things with kindness, so they disappear. It's not about your value. It's about their inability to carry emotional weight. And that's not on you. The way forward isn't about getting over them. It's about choosing to matter to yourself again. Start with small things. Delete the screenshots, archive the chat, write the version of events where you don't need their permission to heal. Because healing isn't about forgetting them. It's about remembering yourself. And yeah, it sucks. It sucks to be the one who still cares while they sleep just fine. But you'll sleep better too. once you stop making space for people who treat you like an afterthought. If you're holding back tears in public just because someone you loved acts like you don't exist anymore, this is for you. Your sadness is valid. Your feelings are real. But please don't let their forgetfulness become your identity. Being forgotten is painful, but staying forgotten is a choice. And you get to choose differently. You think this is the end of your story, but it's not. This is just the part where they exit, and you rediscover the parts of yourself they never got to know. The parts that don't need their validation to glow. You've been measuring your worth and how much space you take up in their memory. What if instead you started measuring it in how fully you show up for yourself now? Ta once told me the loneliest thing isn't being single. It's being in love with someone who's already erased you. He said, I used to think she broke my heart, but really, she broke my reflection. That line stuck with me, because that's what happens when you're forgotten. You start seeing yourself through the lens of their absence. So here's the twist you didn't see coming, the fact that they forgot you. That's your permission to remember everything they didn't, every kind thing you did, every sacrifice, every time you showed up, loved hard, and stayed loyal. Let that be your proof. You were real. You were enough. And just because someone couldn't hold space for you doesn't mean you disappear. You are not forgettable. You're just finally in a story that's not about chasing people who let go without looking back. This one's about you. And trust me, it's just getting good.